Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. let's start with Steve and Kayla. So they're at the airport and they argue and then they make up. I mean, really, that's what it really comes down to. I figure, you know what, instead of doing a whole back and forth thing about what he said and she said and, you know, anger and everything like that, and he's apologizing. Let's just get to the heart of the matter because at the end of the day, they made up. And this what kind of leads me into a bit of an issue that I have with Kayla. Is because, she gets mad at Steve for not telling her how he felt, and she goes on and on and on about that. He's this, he's that. Oh, I hurt Justin so bad. I feel so bad for Justin. When the wedding was happening, she apologized like there was no tomorrow. The minute that they make up and Steve is like, hey, we're at the airport. There's a bunch of planes. How about we just hop on one and could just be me and you? And she just smiles and says, sure. And I'm like, wait a minute. You don't really seem like you're that broken up about pretty much tearing this guy's heart out of his chest like, what, a half an hour ago? I mean, she really does put the whole you're a consolation prize in a whole new light. But yeah, just to summarize that whole scene up, that whole hour up, they argue, she slaps him, she's upset with him, and then he tells her that he loves her, and, he gets into all the reasons of why he didn't tell her, and she gets into all the reasons of why she's upset with him, but at the end of the day, they make up. They make up, they make out, and, they probably go away somewhere to be alone. And, yeah. And Justin is back at Salem picking up the pieces of his broken heart. And, even for somebody like me that actually really likes Steve as a character, and, ultimately for the people who like Steve, as far as like a win goes, okay, cool. He got his win. It's not like no one saw it coming. And I'm happy for the character, but at the same time, it's like, I'm more upset with Kayla for how she handled it. Because Steve was like, listen, I wanted you to be happy. I've been pretty much kind of ruining your life for eons. So, Justin's a great guy, be with him, I wasn't going to sit there and tell you how I felt. Justin had everything in the bag. He was going to make you happy. So I don't really kind of have any ill will towards Steve. But Kayla pretty much used this guy from the get-go. And then when she found out that somebody that she was crushing on her, actually liked her. Yeah, so the wedding's off and bye. Anyway, I can go on and on about that. Let's talk about Justin. So, Justin's at the cemetery talking to his wife, depressing as hell, and he hears somebody, he turns around, and he thinks that he sees his deceased wife. So apparently she must have had some sort of cosmetic surgery done, right? To like look like her? Is that it? Because he starts kissing her and making out with her and stuff like that, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not her. I'm Bonnie." And here's the thing: the way she says that, I could have swore I was like, either one, you forgot your lines. Two, you're not really Bonnie, and you're lying to him for some odd reason because I don't really know why, and you really are Adrian. Or three, what the hell was that about? So I was really befuddled by that whole thing. But anyway, apparently this woman and Justin have history because they argue, they go back and forth. Justin calls her all sorts of names in the book. And I'm not sitting there saying that I warranted because I don't really know. You know, she seemed like, from what he was saying, that she did a lot of dirt to him. She did a lot of dirt to his wife. And also, she also kind of did some greasy stuff to Lucas, calling out, like, pimping out her own granddaughter or some shit like that, and to making him think that that was her daughter. So she definitely got some dirt under her nails. They argue back and forth. Finally, Justin's just like, get the hell out, just get the hell away from me. And apparently, Bonnie was there really to just pay her respects to Adrian, Probably, she seemed like she felt sorry for her and, just kind of wanted to do the right thing. Anyway, she left and she was there talking about how she's super, super, super obsessed with Lucas. I have no idea why anyone would actually want to be obsessed with that man, but go on. You you do you. There's some quick chats with Kate and Lucas about how Lucas is going back to being, well, I'm just gonna call it Lucas mode. And ultimately, Lucas is about to call Sammy, and Kate's like, listen, if you do that, you're gonna lose your daughter. You're gonna betray her trust, and it's just not gonna be good for anyone. Don't do it. So Lucas decides to not do it. So maybe he well, I can't sit there and say maybe he doesn't actually have a brain or like is somewhat sensible because, well, I've seen him be sensible before. So anyway, he decided not to call him. So let's get into 1 second. Let's get into a very annoying part with Allie, Nicole, Eric, Marlena, and John. The reason why I got annoyed, and granted, here's the thing, she called out herself after Marlena was like, alright, I'm done. So, while everyone's sitting there talking, Allie got super defensive. She got defensive a couple of times, to the point where there was just awkward silence. And Eric was like, you know what? I'm going upstairs. I'm going to pack. I'm just going to go upstairs to my room, pretty much. Because let's be honest, he couldn't sit there and deal with her being constantly defensive. People would sit there and try to help her and say something, and she just, she gets really angry and she acts very bitchy. And it gets to a point where it's like, you know what? I get it. Here's the thing. I'm trying to understand this from a certain point of view. That she is still growing up. She's pregnant. She doesn't really know what to do. She's trying to do what she thinks is right. And people are trying to give advice. And for her, it just comes across as they're treating her as a stupid child that doesn't know what she's doing. And so I get it to a certain extent. But after a while, from a viewer's point of view, this shit gets really annoying very fucking fast. So Eric winds up leaving, and then Nicole follows right behind him. And so Allie's like, yeah, sometimes, like, she was not just saying something along the lines of, see, I did it again. I get, really annoying. And I'm like, well, sweetheart, I'm glad you said it because, yes, you are getting very annoying. And so Marlena's there trying to help her, talking about Sammy finding out through other people and not through her. And Marlena's like, listen, I'm not going to sit there and say anything. This is your decision. She is in shrink mode. And so she must have said something. Allie must have said something because I think Marlena asked her a question or she said something. And once again, Allie got defensive and started acting bitchy. And Marlena pretty much was like, alright, I'm not doing this. And Marlena says something along the lines of, you know, you make this grand entrance and you want to sit there and tell your family and tell people, you know, what's going on. And the minute that people try to give you advice or input, you know, you don't want to hear it. You get, you know, you shut down and you get all angry. And that's when Natalie was like, listen, you know, I get it. I get scared and I get defensive and I act bitchy. And I'm like, this trend needs to stop. This trend, from a viewer's point of view, this trend needs to stop. So anyway, she talks some sense into her. They hug it out, no hard feelings, and I think Ali learns something. Also, Rafe bumps into Kate and Lucas, and he pretty much says, you know, Ali wants me to raise her baby. He came by surprised by me, and you know, I don't know. Also, there was this part where Marlena was there talking about Rafe being, you know, they were talking about Rafe adopting a child, and also Will adopting a child, and well, Ali was like, well, it would be weird if Will adopts a child, so pretty much she doesn't, you know, pretty much it's just no. You know, and she just hasn't told him yet. And it sucks because Will is practically getting his hopes up. And by the way, Will did something that was kind of, well, dumb. Let's just be honest. So he's sitting there talking to Sonny, and he's like, oh, well, you know, maybe we should sit there and maybe I should go over there and talk to Ali, you know, just to see what she thinks. And then he's like, well, you know, I don't want to sit there and seem like I'm pressuring her and stuff. Then he talked for a little bit, and then Will was like, so I'm going to go over there and talk to Ali. I'm like, so let me just get this straight. You just basically said in this whole, I don't know, 5-minute conversation that you shouldn't go over there to pressure Ali into trying to give up her baby, into giving you her baby, but you're gonna go over there to pretty much pressure her. That's pretty much what I'm hearing. Okay, cool. But yeah, so Rafe talks to Kate and Lucas, and they get all defensive about it a little bit, and well, those two get defensive about it a little bit. And Rafe was like, listen, I don't know what's going on. I didn't even know Will wanted a child, you know? But, you know, let me just go talk to Ali, kind of clear things up, you know? Because he was like, she asked me, and I didn't give her an answer. And then, you know, Rafe talks to Will, and they kind of compare notes a little bit. And at first I'm sitting there thinking, well, Will is about to get, like, pretty defensive and be like, oh, well, I want the child, so you can't. But Will is like, listen, you know, whatever she decides, I'm cool with it. And so, to be honest, I didn't even really think there was a need for that scene. Now that I think about it, yeah. So that's pretty much about it. So now you got Bonnie, Bonnie Smith there talking to, Bonnie Smith there looking at Lucas, daydreaming about some sort of BS fantasy because I don't know why anyone want to have fantasies about Lucas, but whatever, sure. But anyway, I guess she's gonna be like a stalker or something. I don't know. She just seems like she comes across more as the stalker type, and she seems like she, you know, misreads situations where she thinks a relationship is one way, and it's just really like not. But yeah, that's gonna do it. That's really about it. So thank you for watching. I know my review came out yesterday really fucking late. The fucking upload speed, I'm sorry for cursing, but the fucking upload speed, the upload speed of uploading this to YouTube was slow as hell, was a hella slow. And I don't know, was it because, you know, I was using Wi-Fi, like I was on my PlayStation, and my dad was watching Netflix or whatever. Like, I don't know what it was. Because he came by, he was watching Netflix and stuff like that. And so I don't know what it was, but it took an hour for me to upload a video that was 10 minutes long. So I want to thank anyone who actually still watched it. I really do appreciate it. Yeah. I think my other one question that I got to sit there and ask. And I know this is me, and this is going to come off like a dick, but I feel like I need to address this. Because The actor who plays Justin also plays Ned. And I'm just sitting there thinking, and I'm not sitting there saying that this woman isn't attractive in her own right, but like, I mean, you go from kissing a woman on, you go from kissing Olivia to kissing Bobby. How does that feel? Like, what is that like? Because I feel like that's just like, I don't know. For me, I feel like that's just a couple of steps down. That's just like a downgrade, like kind of a big downgrade. So it's just something that was just kind of weird because like he saw her and she didn't even really get a chance to speak before he was just on her. And I at first I was like, this is just like, wow. And then I was like, well, hold on, dude, you just went from kissing Olivia to her. I just feel to like, downgrade. I know it's kind of dickish for me to say, but I had to put it out there because I do watch General Hospital. I do watch Days Now, and I know he plays, on both shows. I don't know how long he's been playing on both shows. Please write it down in the comment section if you know how long he's actually been on Days. The only other reason why I asked that is because, and this is going to take you way back. There was a point where Port Charles was ending. Like, the show was, like, literally getting canceled, or they were finishing. I'm going to go on with cancel. So the show was canceled. The show was in its final episodes. And the guy, Michael Easton, was playing Caleb, but then he was also playing John McBain on One Life to Live. And I thought that was just really weird because also, like, John McBain actually had, like, a beard and Caleb didn't. So, I don't know. I always find those things very fascinating when they play, like, when they're on two of the same, when they're on two shows at the same time, sort of. I don't even know if they can do that, but apparently, who knows. Anyway, write down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Just about this whole episode in general. Let me know if you actually have any ill will towards Caleb. Do you think that, like, she really just used Justin as some sort of consolation prize? And the minute that Steve said, okay, I want you back, bye. Because I felt like that was effed up. Yeah, okay, I get it. She was crying at the wedding and she was all talking about how sorry and terrible she felt and everything like that. But she didn't feel that sorry and terrible when she was sitting there hugging Steve. She didn't feel that sorry when she was sitting there kissing him. When she was sitting there talking about, oh, well, Steve is, he's always unreliable and unpredictable. But then when she was in the airport, she was like, oh, you always surprise me and I'm always scared and terrified and excited. I'm like, how much lying was you doing to Justin when you was with this guy? Because was any of that stuff real? Anyway, let me know if you feel the same way I do, or if you think I'm just wrong or batshit or whatever. Write it down in the comment section, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.